The candidates running for the 34th Congressional District putting the final touches on their campaigns ahead of Election Day. One more day left of early voting. That's tomorrow. It is a crowded field, nearly a dozen Democrats and Republicans, all of them hoping to move on to November. Channel 5's Rudy Mireles sitting down with the candidates. And tonight he joins us from a polling location in Brownsville. Hey, Rudy.
Good evening, Oscar. I am at the Brownsville Central Library polling location tonight, and the race for Texas's 34th Congressional District has a ton of options for voters. Today I had the chance to sit down with some of the candidates and hear their final pitch to voters ahead of next Tuesday. Tonight, 11 congressional candidates are battling to see who will represent their party in November. Congressman Vicente Gonzalez explaining why he chose to run for re-election in a new district.
Well, we still have a lot of work to do. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. I've secured $5.6 billion for our region during this very difficult time. And until we get through this, I intend to continue representing the people of South Texas.
His campaign with two goals in mind:
getting America out of this pandemic and assuring that the economy is roaring. Those are just basic principles that I think that we need in this country at this time. We need to be physically healthy, and we need a healthy economy.
For Republican and former TV reporter Frank McCaffrey, a gruesome accident involving unauthorized migrants, his reason for throwing his name in the ring.
10 immigrants were killed in one wreck as they tried to turn off one of those highways without slowing down. And, I was very shaken up by that. I'm sure you guys remember that well. And I was talking to one of the local mayors here, Javier Villalobos, about a day and a half later, and I was telling him, I witnessed this, it was terrible.
His goal? To give voters another option.
I see our country turning itself into a one-party system similar to the People's Republic of China. And I've worked with Chinese dissidents, and the first thing they say is, you don't want China.
Democrat Beatriz Reynoso, an Air Force veteran, explaining why she chose to run.
We need a representative who will put the needs of the people ahead of the needs of billionaires and corporations. We need to invest in updated and sustainable infrastructure that can support the growing needs of the district.
Her goal, getting lower income families the help they need by raising the minimum wage.
Workers deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. The minimum wage has been $7.25 since 2009. The cost of living has gone up and placed a heavy burden on families trying to make ends meet. No one deserves to live in poverty.
An educator, Democrat Diego Zavala says his students are behind his run for office.
They always boil down to access to resources, specifically education and healthcare. And for a very long time, I saw those direct consequences in my classroom on a day-to-day basis.
His main priority, giving people like he and his students a fighting chance at making change.
But I do believe that one of my biggest fights is going to be removing money out of politics. In the last couple of generations, we've seen more and more bigger and bigger amounts of money being pumped into our politics, not just in the election side, but also in the legislation side.
Now, as we said, the 34th Congressional District has a lot of candidates in it, so we actually had to split them up over a couple days, and over the next few days, you'll hear from the rest of the field. Live in Brownsville, Rudy Mireles, Channel 5 News at 6.